What's going on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all platforms? Welcome to a special live episode of New York Giants Full Access with your boy Big Pat Sports Talk. NYG 22 Unpopular Opinion Sports is in the building right now. And we're going to have this live state of the emergency debate about the New York Giants and the state of the franchise. So we're going to get into the intros and we're going to talk about it, man. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Big Blue Crew Sports Network.
Welcome to New York Giants Full Access with Big Pat Sports Talk, where you get the latest and realest Giants news and content. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Want to talk your talk with Big Pat Sports Talk and become an official Big Blue Crew member? Hit the join button in the description. Want to look fly is some Big Pat Sports Talk merch? Head over to the Big Pat Sports Shop and grab you some gear. The link is in the description.
New York Giants Full Access, all Giants, all the time. All right, Giants fans. New York Giants Full Access is now live. Enjoy the show.
All right. What's going on? You already know what it is, man. NYG 22 Big Pat Sports Talk. Hopefully we can get some more content creators in on the panel tonight. But I wouldn't even care if it was just me tonight. We got to talk about this New York Giants regime and what the hell are they doing? What are they doing, man? What are these guys doing that you have here on the screen? Mr. Joe Shane, Mr. Brian Dabo, and the leader of the whole crew, Mr. John Mara, the owner. What the hell are they doing, man, with the whole Daniel Jones saga, the whole bad, horrible reputation that they have right now? And it's bad, man. But NYG, talk to him for a second, man, and we're gonna get into some topics here tonight, and we gonna talk about it, man. So let's get into it. You muted, NYG.
Look, man. Peace to the people, man. Peace to the chat. Peace to you, Pat, man. Thanks for this emergency stream, because it is needed. And I just want to say one thing first and foremost. Before we talk about Daniel Jones and Joe Shane and Brian Dable and everything else going on with the Giants, remember who owns the team. Just keep that in mind as we talk about this team. Remember who owns the team and remember who calls the shots. Now, this is embarrassing on a number of ways. One, you have to look at the fact that this is done in mid-season, coming off a bye week, and reports about him, Daniel Jones, that is, playing scout team safety. You got your $160 million quarterback that you signed playing scout team safety. How that look? On Joe Shane and Brian Dable, because remember, they signed and endorsed Daniel Jones's deal. So that's one thing. Now, you got players in the locker room talking now. You got Slayton, Dexter Lawrence, veterans in the locker room, and you're a young team. And when you have veterans speaking out, these young players are looking like, what's going on? Why is the players that been here for a while, think about, I always tell y'all to do this. Think about your workplace, and when employees get to talking, you see what I'm saying? That been there for a while. Now you're looking at the job like, man, I don't really know if I want to work under these conditions. See what I'm saying? So you got to think in a human element, because a lot of people, they just looking at cap, stats, computer shit. These are fucking people, man. You know what I'm saying? And they got feelings and they got egos and they think like me and you and everybody else do. So that's another thing. You're embarrassing the players. Now, the ownership has been embarrassed as well in the past. And they have made rash moves when they have been embarrassed. Think about the Eli Manning benching. Now, I'm not comparing that. Don't get it twisted. I'm not comparing situations. I'm comparing how bad and how embarrassing this team is right now and how embarrassing that situation was in itself, completely separate. The owner got embarrassed. He made a rash move. Now, this Tampa Bay game, before I wrap it up, pause, this Tampa Bay game is going to be huge for the New York Giants. Because if they go out and they get embarrassed at home against Tampa Bay, you cannot sell your fans on Brian Dable and Joe Shane anymore. And I've been one to speak up for Joe Shane. I'm not going to do that anymore. He needs to go. He's a clown because he's endorsing the shit that Brian Dable is doing. You got to go. Y'all in cahoots. I'm not feeling dynamic. You know what I mean? But Mac, TP, peace. What's
Fellas,
good?
fellas,
Y'all got
what's
it.
going on?
What's
Yeah, I
going on?
definitely
What's
didn't
going
want
on,
to cut off
fellas?
your wisdom.
What up,
I heard you getting into it. So
Yeah. I'm
Man.
gonna give y'all the front screen real quick. Hey,
And I got some questions too later on, but I want y'all to get your opening thoughts.
Yeah, opening thoughts are right now. Hey, look, we're gonna open up the forum to fans that want to call in and speak about this whole thing as well. But right now, Matt, man, tell me what you think about what's going on with this franchise and this regime right now, man. Give your opening statements.
Brother, it's a mess. It's an absolute disaster. I ain't never seen nothing like it. Like I said, I've been down with this squad for a very, very long time, man. I go back to 85 supporting the New York football Giants. And I don't know what I'm looking at right now. This is an absolute abomination, man. Like, it's so much blame to go around, man. It don't even make sense. But right now, Joe Shane, Brian Dable, it's embarrassing. Listening to these cats talk, they press conferences. That statement Brian Dable was making the other day, it's nothing he said even made sense. I can't even wrap my head around what's going on with this football team. I'm not even going to I don't even want to get started on the fact that Tommy DeVito, who's been the emergency third string quarterback all season long, all of a sudden now is just thrusted into the starter, just leapfrogs over top of the guy that's been the backup quarterback all season long. Nothing this team does makes any sense to, and they try to make it make sense. Like they talking to people that's just idiots or something. Like we all just idiots. We just gonna believe what y'all saying. Like, no, this is nonsense. Clearly, you starting Tommy DeVito just to put asses in the seats at MetLife Stadium at this point. Yeah, because I can admit Tommy DeVito's a bigger draw than Drew Lock. He's gonna bring at least people out there to the game. But at the end of the day, like, are you really? What statement are you truly making when you making moves like this? And sure, all the rest of the team, they're gonna get back and say all the right things. Yeah, Tommy, we're gonna support Tommy. We're gonna do this, that, and the other. But this is just a mess, man. Like I don't get what's up with this football team right now, man. I don't understand how they can continue to keep going down this road the way they doing it, man. Like it's embarrassing at this point. Like this organization has become an embarrassment. This is one of the gold standard franchises in the NFL, and it's an embarrassment now. People don't even want to be a part of this nonsense. I mean, I don't even really Daniel Jones' situation, the way they handled that. Look, I'm glad he's no longer the quarterback for the New York Giants. I'm not going to pretend to not be, but at the end of the day, there is a way that you can handle some things. And the New York Giants handled this definitely completely the wrong way. I mean, you gotta show the guy a little bit of respect. I mean, for what it's worth, he ain't really been much of nothing for the 6 years he's been here, but he's taking a beating for his football team. And nobody you can't deny that. You know what I mean? And to have him out there running scout team safety, like he's like, how was he the guy you call up and say, we want you to be our scout team safety at practice, Daniel? Like, dude, he was just your starting quarterback. Like, I don't look, it's a mess. I can't right now. I gotta take it in a little bit, man. It's just crazy to me. This team is a mess. And I don't know what they're gonna do to get right, but I don't believe Joe Shane and Brian Daboll can get this thing right. I just don't believe in that based off of what I've seen from the way these guys have been handling things. It's been crazy, man.
Yeah, that's a fact. Mac, before I let TP go, there's a lot of guys saying a lot of things in the chat. Mr. Rick Buke, if you want to come up, I'll put the link in the chat for you. He says, how about not worry about what's going on and move forward? You all should be happy where we're going to be getting a new quarterback. It's not about that, bro. See, y'all dudes don't think past go. You thinking about, oh, we should be happy we're getting a new quarterback. Yeah, you can be happy about getting a new quarterback. Everybody wanted Daniel Jones to go. But it's the way you handle things. It's the way you handle things as an organization. How does that look to other players, the way you're handling things? You know what I'm saying? You could have easily just put Daniel Jones on the bench. You didn't have to make him go out there and put him fourth and make him play with the scout team and make him be scout team safety. That's ridiculous, bro. That's ignorant.
You're right, Pat. How does it look to other players? How does it look to other coaches? You know, that you guys won here. You know, Giants fans won here. Giants fans want the big time players, the big name coaches. They're not going to come here if they see dysfunction, continued dysfunction. You know what I'm saying? And when you handle shit like this and your owner signs off on shit like this, yeah, That's a statement around the league. You got to understand, this is a business. People's careers on the line. You know, there was a statement by Slayton saying, "Look, basically, we ain't gonna play if y'all tanking. We ain't gonna put our bodies on the line to lose games. These are people. Y'all got to understand that. There's 52 other players on the active roster other than the quarterback, the starting quarterback. That's what y'all not getting.
You're not getting it. And
I'm sorry, but
hold
can I address
on,
this
man.
one comment? K Sync in the chat. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Because no, that's crazy what you're talking about. They don't need to see what Tommy DeVito got. They have absolutely nothing invested in Tommy DeVito. Absolutely nothing invested in him. They don't need to see what Tommy DeVito got. They got a small sample size of what Tommy DeVito is last year as a rookie. Yeah, maybe he might came along a little bit, and he might come out there and be a little bit better. But there's nothing invested in Tommy DeVito. There's nothing to see what Tommy DeVito got. That's absolutely nonsense to me that you like that you can sit and believe something like that. They need to see what Tommy DeVito got, and Drew Lock can just go somewhere else free agency. Tommy DeVito can just go somewhere else in free agency. Like there's no investment there, so there's nothing that they need to see there with Tommy DeVito.
Yeah,
He's just putting asses in the seats. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. You act like we don't notice that. We literally been saying that. They're putting Tommy DeVito to bring butts and seats. Nobody here is sad on this panel about Daniel Jones being released. Quit trying to make this shit about Daniel Jones. Nobody is sad about Daniel Jones being released. All of us on this panel wanted Daniel Jones to be benched, which happened. But it's the way you did it, which makes it look bad when other players wants to come to this organization. Do you think primetime now, after all of this has happened, will want Shedeur Sanders to come here with this garbage? Like I say, you dudes don't think past go. You just, what, we were supposed to be throwing a parade because Daniel Jones was benched? Look at the morale of the team. You clown. I've been saying you move on from Daniel Jones and you're going to save money. We're going to have over $60 million next year. But what's that $60 million worth if no player wants to come here because they don't want to go through the bullshit that's being here when Joe Shane and Dable are still here? You got to think, man. That shit is not illegal yet. You can still think. All you worried about is Daniel Jones and getting a new quarterback. Daniel Jones. What if the new quarterback comes in here and we start to struggle? What's going on, Miss Trina? And the new quarterback starts to struggle. What if he can't mesh with freaking Brian Dable and Joe Shane? What if Joe Shane and Brian Dable are just shit people? No, I defended the quarterback of the New York Giants. I wouldn't give a damn if it was Tyrod Taylor going through the same thing.
Facts. That's what we all did. You know, we all Giants fans. You know, when your team is winning, the players that are playing on that team, you root for them. You know what I'm saying? That's the
QB position, just like E. Randall just said.
I do want to add to what you gentlemen.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, TP. Well, you gotta get your thoughts out. My bad.
See, the thing is people look at it as a defense of Daniel Jones, but you said it perfectly. See, Daniel Jones is just the tool, but he isn't the bigger picture of it. He is just the name. What people don't realize is you can replace Daniel Jones with the guy. You can replace him with the guy that we all believe in, that we know and love. But if you're not knowing what to do with that guy, then what's the point of having him? That's why the whole thing is like, yo, y'all got to know how to look past the name, because Daniel Jones has just been the topic of discussion. But when you want to talk about the big picture, you're able to look past just the name. Because truth be told, I've been pissed off. This organization has been a circus act all season. Even when you think since Hard Knocks, People can say what they want about Daniel Jones, but the continuous disrespect, for our QB1 has been that has been received from this organization. It's ridiculous, man. It is ridiculous. And it's like there's no shame to it. Again, even when you think of Hard Knocks, you showed the world, that is something that you're supposed to even keep in house if you feel that way. But you showed the world that you lacked confidence in DJ. And then to end things the way that you did this week just shows that we are a classless organization right now. Scout team safety, that's some high school-ish, man.
That's a
Let's be
fact.
real. We are literally the laughing stock of the NFL, man. Nobody should be comfortable with where we are. So keep thinking that it's just the Daniel Jones thing. But if you can't see past that by now, then I literally don't know what to say to you. I literally don't. Like the way they've been handling things all year has been just a complete illustration of just more disaster waiting to happen, man. We are at a bad spot. We are at a bad spot. So I mean, that's pretty much it, man. If everyone is just gonna sit there and just be, naive and just don't want to be late, that wants to be lazy and just want to say, hey, we got rid of the cancer, Daniel Jones is gone, hooray, we're gonna start winning games. If that's what you believe, then there's nothing I can say to you because you've been Ray Charles this whole season anyway. So I'm
That's a
leaving it on that.
fact, man.
I mean, for what it's worth,
That's just a fact. You
Daniel
know what I'm
Jones wasn't a
saying?
cancer. He just didn't play football. He just didn't play very well. I mean, he wasn't a cancer. He just didn't play well. I mean, that's just what it comes down to. He didn't make enough plays. He didn't get the job done. I mean, he didn't do
And,
what you want
and,
your franchise quarterback to come out there and do.
and that's very cool. I'm cool with the decision to move on from Daniel Jones. It's just the way they do things, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they go out their way to try to embarrass people. Same thing with Wink. And with Wink, just fire him. Just let him go. Just fire him. No, you want to fire his people that he had, and then you don't want to fire Wink because you want him to quit. Because I guess you get some money back if you want him to quit, and then you just want to make a statement with him. The whole thing with Kafka, was that handled well? Hell no.
Nope.
And to be honest with you, I believe Kafka was calling. I know Kafka was calling those plays the first season, and Daniel Jones had a good season.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden, you just want to take over everything and bogart everything. And look what you did. You haven't averaged more than 15 points since Brian Daboll has taken over the play caller. And you mean to tell me that's all on Daniel Jones? That's bullshit. Because he hasn't averaged more than 20 points his whole career before Josh Allen came. And Josh Allen's first 2 years, he was looking sorry. They were saying he was a bust. Until a quarterback coach came over there and they started running the ball. He had them looking raggedy.
And Pat, nothing about Coach Dable to me says leader, a leader of men.
Nope.
And I'm like, yo, like, do anybody just see that? Like, does anybody understand that? How do you want your head coach, leader of this team, to lack accountability? Like, I'm not, trust me, I am not even that mad at, bad decisions or bad play. Like, I could get past that, right? Because I look at it like this. If you were really trying to wreck stuff and you really trying to change stuff, right? I could respect the head coach that says, you know what, on 3rd and 1, I did the flea flicker because I assumed that nobody in the stadium was gonna think that was coming up next. Ultimately, it was a bad play. It didn't work out. It was a risk I took. I can respect ownership. What I can't respect is when you are somebody who continuously put guys in front of you, and then you want them to take the bullets, and then you want them to take the blame, and you sit back, and then you try to sneak through the cracks and coach another game. That's not a leader of men to me, man. That's not somebody who I want as my head coach.
At all. At
Yo,
all. That's a
so
fact,
so
bro.
so y'all saying all this about Brian Daboll's play calling has been good and all that. I've literally done film reviews showing Daniel Jones' mistakes and Brian Daboll's mistakes. I've literally been fair. That dude's play calling is not all that, bro.
So
It
let let
really
me
isn't.
let me let me transition to one of my questions. I got a couple of them here. Since you said that, now that Daniel Jones is no longer the quarterback, he's
Hmm.
off the roster. You can't even go back to him if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Some happy to Tommy Cutlass. Drew Lock is your quarterback. So will the play calling change? And to me, I'm just thinking about when Brian Dable and them first got this job and how they tailored that offense to Daniel Jones' skill set along with Saquon Barkley. You know, will they revert back to that 2022 offense to try to put up points for Brian Dable to try to save his job?
That's a good question. That is a real good question. I personally think yes. Yes. I think it is going to change. And the main thing that I think is going to change is certain decisions in that red zone. Like
Mm.
if we get in the red zone and it is let's say it's fourth down and you sniffing the end zone. We're gonna start doing things to start going for it now. None of that conservative hide it in your shell
Mm-hmm.
crap. Because like you said, it's on the line now. Now, from an actual play calling stance, no, we've seen it. Like he tried to get into his bag a certain thing. I think he showed us who he is, man. He is who he is. I think from that standpoint, we ain't gonna see too much different. But as far as decision making and more aggressive approach, I think we all gonna see that. I think we all. Cause trust me, he wants to prove so bad that he wasn't able to do things
Mm-hmm.
because of Daniel Jones. That's his mission. That he really wants to prove that. So I do think that.
Okay. So what about you, Pat? Um, what are your thoughts on the question? And I agree with you, TP. I think he's definitely going to be more aggressive. Definitely. You ain't gonna see no more of that conservative shit the second
Right.
half of this season. But Pat, go ahead. What you think?
He did it the first time Daniel Jones got hurt. They changed up the way to play calling. Everybody was saying, "Ooh, the play call is the same," and I did film reviews showing that the play calling has changed. You want to know how I know people just looking at a name on a jersey? When the New York Giants were throwing the ball deep and really calling the offense the way it was supposed to be called, Daniel Jones was playing pretty well. That 4 game stretch, Daniel Jones was playing pretty well, and nobody was calling coming in the chat saying all this stuff. Nobody in the chat wanted to talk about all the drop passes the New York Giants had that costed them games.
Nope.
Nobody wants to talk about a freaking head coach that doesn't have a backup kicker that puts a kicker out there with a strained hamstring.
Nope.
Nobody wants to talk about that. Yeah, breaking news: receivers drop passes. That is true. But all receivers don't drop almost every pass in the clutch either.
Exactly.
There's a
Exactly.
difference when a regular drop pass and then a drop pass when the game is on the line.
But I want to take the time to
What
just
up,
I want
world?
people to understand that's
Oh,
not that and people hear that and they think, oh Pat, no, you're defending Daniel Jones. See, no, man, no, y'all can't scapegoat with that, man. Y'all can't use that as an scapegoat. We just talking ball. We talking about what we actually see out there. Like all y'all, a lot of people, all they want to hear is Daniel Jones is trash,
Yeah,
and that's just
it's
not where
weird.
it's not where it ends, man.
But
Just
look at the stuff that you're saying. You say put Wan'Dale Robinson on Rams, guarantee like 300 more yards. So you're saying that Wan'Dale Robinson, who I believe has over 500 yards right now, will have 800 yards on the
No,
Rams.
I
So
got you.
hold on. So you think he'll be doing better than Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua? That's what you're saying? Wan'Dale Robinson on the Rams right now. You put him on the Rams, he's putting up numbers like Puka Nacua. You an absolute fool.
No.
But go ahead, NYG, because dudes just be talking, bro.
Yeah,
like, come on, man.
Nah, man. I'm gonna save my comment for later because I got another question, man. That's gonna get into.
He's getting the ball, but go ahead.
To what he's saying, man. But Mac, man, what's your thoughts, man, on this? What do you? Because you've been pretty critical of Daniel Jones lately, man. What are your thoughts about what they can do now, play calling wise, in this scheme now? Do you think he's gonna go back to that 2022 scheme, or how? Like what the? Because this dude's he gotta win some games, bro. Like this shit getting serious.
One thing though, man. One thing. When you say that, you don't even know that you're talking about the scheme. Because it's not like Wan'Dale Robinson has been getting missed all season long. You could probably put 5 plays where Wan'Dale Robinson was missed.
Yeah.
You're talking about the scheme, sir, and you don't even know it. But go ahead, Matt.
Let Matt go real quick. I want to hear Mac's thoughts.
I'm pretty sure, because I'm not the smartest man in the world, but I'm pretty sure that we're gonna see a whole different style of New York Giant offense, because it's becoming more and more clearly that clearly, like you guys been talking about from the Hard Knocks on through what we've seen throughout this season, that Daniel Jones was just not the guy that they wanted to be going to battle with. You're gonna see this offense suddenly open up. You're gonna see the New York Giant offense stretching the field, probably more than you've seen all season long. And it's going to be like all of a sudden now we can throw the ball down the field. We can do this. We can do that. Because that's like Pat said. You saw the same thing last year. Daniel Jones goes down. Tyrod Taylor, Tommy DeVito come in and play for the games the rest of the season. And you saw a whole different style of New York Giant offense. It was just absolutely like it was night and day. This New York Giant team through 10 games this season has only put up 20 points 3 times. 3 times in 10 games, they've only eclipsed the 20-point mark 3 times. I don't even want to talk about 30. We ain't even we ain't seen 30 all season. Yet you look around the league and you see teams I think the Lions might have put up 50 like twice already this season. Like you watch this and you can't make this up what the New York Giants have been doing, man. And this offense has been hard to look at times. And the fact that Brian Daboll has the audacity to try to even remotely throw his defense under the bus is absolutely just absurd to me. When your offense is out there week in, week out getting nothing accomplished. The Tyrone Tracy situation, bringing in Devin Singletary, your boy from Buffalo. He ain't no lead back, man. He ain't been one his whole career. But we're going to bring Devin Singletary in because he was going to be the answer to our problems in the running backs. He was going to fill the void of Saquon Barkley. I'm not saying Tyrone Tracy is doing that, but clearly I think most of us saw even through the training camp and through the offseason that Tyrone Tracy was looking like a guy. But yet we still wanted to go out there and force Devin Singletary down our throats as well. So it's not, like I said, we keep making it about Daniel Jones. It's about the poor decisions that this regime continues to make over and over and over again. Just compounding that, man.
Talk to him, man. Yeah, boy.
Let me get this super chat real quick. Thank you, Prince Castro. Good to see you too, bro. He says, in my opinion, we're going to get a QB we all want, and that's going to expose all the other holes in the team, or we'll see DJ as being sabotaged. Listen.
You're going to get to see it Sunday.
Everybody want to talk about Everybody want to talk about, Wan'Dale Robinson will have more yards if he had a better quarterback. What about Wan'Dale Robinson will have more yards if he made the catches that he was supposed to make? If he makes that catch in Dallas, he might have 60 more yards right now.
So I want to ask the chat this and in the panel. It's a simple question. Is Tommy DeVito, in everyone's opinion, a better quarterback than Daniel Jones?
Fuck no. The team even told you that.
No.
Because if Daniel Jones was that bad, you think the team will be batting for him like that? So you want to say Dexter Lawrence and them, they're dumb too?
But and this is where I get my flag at. It's like I let people get their opinions off and I let them feel how they want to feel. But it's hard for me to sit back when I feel like, all right, now y'all just disrespecting Daniel Jones. Because there's people who do be like Tommy DeVito is better than, Daniel Jones, or they'll pick the worst quarterback ever known to man and say he's better than Daniel Jones. And that's when I gotta, step in and be like, Prince, what's good, King? How you doing, man? But what people also is not going to take away from Daniel Jones is we're not going to sit here and act like he's not one of the best Russian quarterbacks in all the league.
So let me get the share screen when you get a minute, Pat. And I wanna say, like, I want you guys to understand why I asked you guys that question. Now, Darius Slayton here. I don't know if you can see it. I
did it. I got it up.
Okay.
I got it full screen.
All right. So it says this is a report from Giants Wire coming from the Daily News. There was no energy on the field at the start of the Giants practice. Now, this was on Wednesday. A little dead is how one player described it. The humiliating scene of Daniel Jones taking snaps as the fourth quarterback behind newly signed Tim Boyle had everything to do with that. And it was just as much about the question with Jones is shut down and vital for the Giants players. Now, what Darius Slayton right here, listen to what he says here. Listen to what he says real closely. I think ultimately anybody can respect and get behind any decisions that's made when you ask yourself the question, does this help us win? Yes or no? And the answer is yes. You can get behind the decision that is made as long as the answer is yes. When the answer starts being I don't know or no, it doesn't matter how you did or what you did, because at the end of the day, our job is to win. Nobody is going out there risking their body to lose. To lose. And now you guys said the better quarterback was Daniel Jones, and they benched him for Tim Boyle. And let me tell you something about Tim Boyle. Shout out to the realist on Twitter. There's a QB who finished his college career with a 48.4% completion percentage, along with one career TD pass and 13 interceptions. In his NFL career, he got 4 TD passes and 12 interceptions. His name is Tim Boyle, the guy who replaced Daniel Jones on the Giants roster. Boom.
And
y'all got it.
This is the dumb stuff that people say. Ooh, Malik Neighbors has 600 yards with Daniel Jones. You do know that he missed 2 games, right? So he has 600 yards in 8 games.
Yo, but see, this is the prime example.
That's over 70 yards a game. That's like 75 yards a game. Remember, we still got 10 games? We still got 7 games to go. So if you do 75 times 7, which is 35, 49, 525 more yards. So he will actually finish on the pace that he was going with 1,125 yards. Missing 2 games.
But now he got Tim Boyle and his 48.4% completion percentage.
This is the stupidest. This is why I say you can't think past go. You only had 600. You ain't like the season is over. What do you mean exactly he's a rookie? That's damn good for a rookie. That's tops in rookie. That's like top 15 in rookie yardage. What are you talking about? with Daniel Jones at quarterback, one of the worst quarterbacks you ever say. But everybody was saying, oh, who's going to throw in the ball? The motherfucker would have had over 1,100 yards on pace, missing 2 games. So if you add those 2 games, that's another 150 yards, which would be like 1,300 yards.
You know what's funny, bro? Like most teams, when they release a quarterback or they do these type of things, they have like a rookie quarterback or somebody in the wait. And like the Giants just did this shit and literally turned the keys over to Tommy DeVito and Tim Boyle. This shit is
and Drew Lock, 3 quarterbacks that have no
that everybody says is worse than Daniel Jones, bro.
Right.
Even
Look,
the people
the
that
New
hate
York
him.
Giants found a way to make the worst quarterback room in the league even worse. That's what the New York Giants just did.
Yeah.
They figured out a way to make it even worse.
Oh, mercy, bro.
And
But we
then
know-
there's an article coming out that freaking Brian Daboll is starting to go after Bowen for his defense.
Oh yeah, it's right here in the same article. Let's see. I think. Yeah.
But see,
Yeah,
even with that-
he's starting to criticize the defense too. Where was that at? It was oh yeah, the same scenario. Meanwhile, Leonard reports that a familiar theme is also playing out in 1925 Giants job this year. Similar to last season, Daboll has apparently begun to place much of the blame on the defense, which is run under first-year defensive coordinator Shane Bowen. It's the same scenario that ultimately ran Martindale out of town. Sources say Daboll and the coaching staff, meanwhile, are ratcheting up the pressure and frustration with the defense for giving up big plays, as if Daboll's league worst 15.6 points per game offense that is just shut down its starting quarterback, release the starting quarterback isn't the root of the problem. The blame game and discourse sounds familiar to 2023, doesn't it?
The thing is,
hold on. You're not getting the point. Everybody's saying that DJ's such a horrible quarterback, but why is Malik Neighbors on pace to be one of the top rookies ever, and he missed 2 games? That's the point we're trying to make. Everybody sit here and tells us here with the Big Blue Crew, oh, the quarterback makes the receiver. Well, if Daniel Jones is that bad, how the fuck is Malik Neighbors doing this? How? When I tell you that a receiver can make a quarterback better, I'm the dumbest motherfucker in the world. How is that possible? How is that possible? Malik Neighbors was leading all rookie receivers before he got hurt. How? Something got to give. Either Daniel Jones is making Malik Neighbors, or I'm right that Malik Neighbors, a great receiver, a good receiver, can make a quarterback look better. Which one is it? Either way, I'm right. But go ahead, man. You dudes can't think past go.
Shit, I forgot what we was just talking. Oh,
Yeah, Daboll's leading worst offense, only averaging 15.6 points per game.
yeah.
See what I'm saying?
This.
He's blaming the
part of
defense,
article-
bro.
This
He's
part of the
blaming
article-
Shane Bowen. The dude, he said, I need this guy in here because I need to fix my run defense. Now you blaming him? Bro. Man, come on.
See, this part of the article is where it is. Maybe the right message, but wrong messenger. Nobody wants to hear that from Coach Daboll. Like, if you're going to say anything about this defense, it got to come from Shane. It got to come from Shane. Because nobody wants to hear it from him. And that's where they are. That's the state of what that locker room is right now.
Yeah, bro.
That was a great point, because you're right. It's not even that it was the wrong messenger. It was, like you said, it's the wrong messenger, straight up, because you're right. The bottom line is the run defense do got to be better. I mean, it absolutely does need to be better. But Brian Daboll ain't the one supposed to be coming out here pointing that out, considering the state of the New York Giant offense, considering
Especially
the defense,
when you
even with the issues they have, with the issues that they having, on defense, they're still clearly the superior unit on his football team. I mean, they're still the better unit on this football team, and they're the only thing that's even kept this team in football games because their offense does absolutely nothing. So, yeah, I agree with you. Like that's you put that so perfectly. Like you said, it's the right message, just the absolute wrong messenger, the wrong person to be coming out there trying to point that out with all the problems this team has on the offensive side of football.
Fellas, this dude endorsed Shane Bowen in Hard Knocks. He said, I need this dude here to fix my run defense. Now you mad because the run defense is bad? I mean, bro, y'all traded. Look, I love Brian Burns. Pause. I think he's great for this team, but y'all went and got Burns, you know? And you was thinking about this run defense, and you going into the season starting a undrafted free agent with Nacho, a washed up veteran. So you worrying about your run defense as if Dexter Lawrence is supposed to stop everything, as great as he is. Like, bro, you and everybody been saying Dexter Lawrence need help. All this shit is on them. Either way, any way you spin it, it's on Brian Dable and his man Joe Shane. And I can't give Joe Shane a pass no more because y'all in cahoots, bro.
Yo, you want to know something about our run defense? Yeah, it's bad. It got worse when Kayvon Thibodeau went down.
Facts.
But you know our run defense will be better if the offense would do something. You see, a lot of teams are able to keep running the ball against us because they're always up. How on the fuck, if you're an offensive guru and a QB whisperer, that your defense leads the league in sacks and you're only putting up 15.6 points per game? You see what I'm saying? Like his offense is hurting the defense.
Facts.
But motherfuckers don't want to talk ball. They just want to just talk bad about people all the time. You don't want to know the why. You don't want to figure out shit. You don't want to do nothing. You just want to sit back and talk shit like you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
If this offense was averaging just 23 points a game, I guarantee you our run defense will be a lot better because they can't run the ball. And guess what? That goes right back into our favor because we're able to pin our ears back and still get after the quarterback. If this offense was putting up more points and being more, just being more like an offense, this defense will probably rank number 1. And I'm not bullshitting. Because when you have to pass the ball against us all day, we get after the quarterback.
They've definitely been putting a lot of pressure on the quarterbacks this year. That's why I don't understand this dude. You keep blaming the defense, but your offense can do nothing. I mean, now you scapegoating the quarterback to say it's like, okay, the only Brian Dable was telling y'all the only way he can win games at all, regardless if he got a good defense, offensive line, running backs, whatever. The only way he can win games is if he has a superstar quarterback. That's what he's telling you. That's what this man is telling you.
I'm glad you said that too. I'm glad you said that because what bothers me is I'm one of those guys who I don't believe in the whole wait to see the coach Dable has his quarterback. And I'm looking around the league and I'm seeing teams with a built system. Like when I don't want to get to the point to where if our starting quarterback gets injured and our second string gets in, it's an automatic loss. Like, nah. I want to see where's your coaching game at? Have you built the system to where our starting quarterback is maybe out for a game or two? Can we survive? Can he look feasible? Why does he have to have the guy? Like, I don't understand that.
What system has Brian Dable built, TP? What's the system? I've been asking this shit for 2 years now. 3 years, whatever.
Facts.
What is the system?
I don't know. I don't know of a system.
So he's supposed to get the quarterback, then figure out the system. All right, exactly. I got my quarterback now. All right, this is what we're going to do. And the players gonna be looking at you like, we ain't been running this shit, dude. What the fuck is you talking about?
Exactly.
Like, bro, I can't stand this dude, man.
Like, why when Joe Burrow went down,
Embarrassing, bro.
the Bengals quarterback, Bengals backup quarterback came in
Right.
That's what
and
I'm
was
saying.
shining.
That's what I'm saying.
And we all know that he can't hold a candle to Joe Burrow. But why was he shining?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
If any coach would have anything to say about a fucking defensive coordinator, it would be the Bengals head coach, because these dudes put up 30 points and still lose.
Man.
That goes to show you that it's a team fucking game. I don't care who your quarterback is. If your team ain't ready to play, you gonna lose. I could put up 38 points but still give up 41 because my defense ain't prepared.
But
It's
NYG, you 100% right. That's why I cannot wait till Sunday. I can't wait till Sunday, because we gonna see a lot of things. We're gonna see a lot of things.
And guess what? Everybody's like, well, what if the new quarterback comes in and shines? Then okay, that's cool. You can keep bashing DJ the way you've been. Ain't nothing gonna change.
And what if he doesn't? Okay, then what? See what I'm saying? It's always two ways you could look at it. You know what I'm saying? But what you can't deny is this guy, this dude right here with the beard on the screen.
Yeah, we looked so much better with Tyrod Taylor last year. People don't understand that motherfucking defense was getting 4 turnovers a game during that stretch, and we played some bombs.
Yeah.
The same Tyrod Taylor that we lost, what, 13-9?
Even that
What happened when Tommy DeVito went over there to the Saints and they played a good Saints team that year, and we didn't get 4 what happened with every game we didn't get 4 turnovers? What happened? Why do you think Wink was talking so much shit? My defense, that game we scored 31 points against Washington, the defense had 6 turnovers and a pick 6.
You know how I know it was true, bro? He was kicking his they was beating the shit out of the Brian Daboll's offense in practice, bro. Like, they was punishing them dudes, bro. You know what I'm saying? With that defense Wink had, like, Brian Daboll is trash as far as the offensive so-called guru.
Either way, no matter how you slice it or dice it next year, one thing, well, I think it's for sure, but Coach Daboll's not going to be the offensive coordinator. He won't be calling the plays if he's still a Giant next year. Ain't no way.
So let me ask y'all this.
I need him to go. I need him to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Brian Daboll's got to go, man. But again, this still come back on John Mara too. You know what I'm saying? More so than any of them. And I've been lambasted, roasted, so-called, you know what I'm saying, for some of my takes on John Mara. But is John Mara still too much involved? Is he still too much involved with some of these personnel decisions? Because again, these guys came in and they was handed Daniel Jones. You know, now they bit the apple like dummies, and that's what happened. You know, so again, that's your fault. You know, if he fires you, that's on y'all. But is John Mara still too much involved with some of these things? You know what I'm saying? Because again, you know what I think? I think as much as people criticize Jerry Jones, saying he needs that tough, you know, the person that can stand up to Jerry Jones and the owner, John Mara need that shit too, bro. Tom Coughlin was that dude. You seen that shit. He was starting to stand up to John Mara and them. You know, these guys are like Pat said, they're cunning, they're slick, they're liars, they're, you know what I'm saying? Like magician trickery type cats. You know what I'm saying? That don't mesh here, bro. You need that leader of men type dude that can go to the owner and say, "Nah, we doing this shit right here." I'm sorry, John. It's this is you want me to run your team? This is what I got to do. Go ahead, man.
No, that's a fact. That's a
I
fact.
truly believe that I don't think John Mara knows how to hire football people as far as being leaders of a team. I believe he's always taken, what do you call that? People that say, hey, this guy's pretty good, go get him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he does his due diligence.
All right.
I don't think he does his due diligence at all, because I did the Brian Dabo files, and this dude hasn't done shit his whole career until Josh Allen got there. So why the fuck would I hire you if Josh Allen is the only quarterback that you got to be decent? Because all the other quarterbacks he's had, they haven't been decent. They've been awful. But Josh Allen was the guy that he got good after 2 years, after he was almost booted out of Buffalo. Why the fuck? Where's this offensive genius at if you've never averaged more than 20 points per game until Josh Allen got there?
That's crazy.
Yeah, that offensive.
He worked with the QBs at Bama. What the fuck happened to Jalen Hurts at Alabama? What the fuck happened to Tua? Because Tua wasn't shit until that one little nerdy dude came over there. And they got Tyreek Hill, Waddle, Waddle, and all those guys over there. Tua wasn't shit before that.
Yeah, sure wasn't.
So what are you talking about? He worked with the QBs at Bama. Mac Jones? The fuck is Mac Jones?
Mac Jones, who? Mac Jones.
That's a fact, E. Randall. Just because he was around talent don't mean he developed shit.
I don't think he developed anything, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
because he's getting a chance to develop here. You're getting a chance to prove yourself that you can develop, and you haven't developed a fucking thing here with the Giants.
Why does Josh Allen get better?
Every quarterback on your roster needed development.
Yeah. Why does Josh Allen get better after Dabo leaves when they decide, hey, we're gonna run the ball after Dabo leaves? Why does Josh Allen turnovers go all the way down? If he's such a QB whisperer, he's such good with QBs, why the fuck Drew Lock ain't coming there immediately? Why couldn't he put Drew Lock in there?
Yeah, I thought he was supposed to develop Drew Lock, right? Like he's supposed to help him out and shit. I don't know, man.
Drew Lock was the backup quarterback for 10 straight games, and then all of a sudden here in game 11, he's all of a sudden still just the backup because the third string quarterback's the starter.
So now. You give Tua success. You give Tua success and Jalen Hurts success to fucking Brian Dabo. What was Tua doing before they got all those weapons and that nerdy dude came over there? What the fuck was Jalen Hurts before all those weapons got over there? They could barely pass the ball when Jalen Hurts didn't have those dudes over there. You know what helped Jalen Hurts out? A tremendous running game. That still is proven today. Because what was Jalen Hurts looking like when A.J. Brown and Smith went down?
But yeah, man, I think John Mara is still getting too much involved, bro. To be honest with you, man. And I think he needs like a Vrabel type or somebody of that kind of that mindset, you know what I'm saying? Like a Dan Campbell type too, that's tough-minded, that can build a team, build a culture, build chemistry within the organization, man, and still make those tough decisions, you know, and not let John Mara be a habitual line stepper as
like Tom Coughlin was.
You know what I'm saying?
Tom Coughlin ran his team with an iron fist. That's a fact. Look at all the coaches that he's hired when he got rid of Tom Coughlin.
But Rando, he was involved, bro. He told him, Now, Shane made that decision, and you know what? That alone might get Joe Shane fired just because everybody's seeing how upset John Mara was when Saquon Barkley got let go. He didn't want him to let them go, and they tried to sign him. So, yes, he was involved in that shit because Joe Shane would have let Saquon Barkley walk after 2022. I promise you that. If it was up to him. They wouldn't have tagged or did none of that shit or tried to negotiate anything, bro. Because he doesn't value the fucking running back, bro. We seen that shit.
Yeah, I truly believe that John Mara has fell back tremendously. I'm not saying that this dude, we're not saying that this dude is involved in everything like he was when McAdoo and then was here.
He's not.
He just
It's not like
he just chose the wrong guy.
It's
Because
not
if this
like
guy
a Jerry,
Dable, go ahead.
It's not like a Jerry Jones situation, Randall. You know what I'm saying? When I'm saying he's involved, what I'm saying is John Mara is too emotionally attached to certain players, and when those players, when decisions have to be made on those players, he gets involved with those decisions. When sometimes the better decision for him is to not get involved, take his emotions out of the shit. Talking about he can't sleep and all that shit. I was making jokes about that shit on Twitter. He can't sleep, you know, because the Cowboys said they ain't interested in Daniel Jones, but so he can't sleep. You know what I'm saying? So if you so emotionally attached, look, man, I have a business. Anybody in business know you don't make business decisions emotional when you're emotional. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that. That's what I'm talking about. With John Mara. John Mara is too much of a fanboy.
And also, with you, now that I think about it too, you know, I really didn't have a big problem with letting Saquon go. But you know what I
I
did
didn't
have,
either.
you know what I did have an issue with though is it seemed like Joe Shane had an arrogance to him when he let him go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was more like he didn't value
He
Saquon
didn't care about him.
at all. You know what I mean? And I just feel like when you make a move like that,
Just like they don't care about Daniel Jones. Just like
just like they
they
don't
ain't
care.
care about Darius Slayton when they benched him for Sills and Alec Bachman.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And made him take a pay cut and all this shit, man.
Well,
These
you
dudes don't
say
give a fuck,
all of
bro.
these guys, it's like their
Got Jalen
egos is
Hyatt
just
crying over there on the bench because he can't get playing. Like, come on, bro.
Just look at the roster decisions, man. You
completely.
benched your best receiver for that year for Alex Bachman and David Seals. And when you put Slayton in there because you couldn't go to nobody else, he wound up being your best receiver that year.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Hyatt, you trade up to get Jalen Hyatt, and he can't get a snap. It doesn't make any sense, bro.
Fascinating.
You can sit here and say all this DJ shit all day, but that ain't got shit to do with DJ, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, Marshall. Fake car salesman. They're selling you snake oil and shit, man. These dudes is full of shit, bro.
And what happened with Bellinger, man?
Like, look,
I need some
Yeah,
answers
what
with
happened?
Bellinger.
Exactly.
like a
Look
couple
at
years
you.
ago,
Bad picks you drafted. They can't play. Evan Neal.
a couple years
Look
ago
at look how long
when
it
the
took him
Giants
to
hired
get
Joe
Evan
Shane
Neal.
to be the GM. Back when a couple years ago when they hired Joe Shane to be the GM, was there really any real question that he was just going to end up hiring Brian Daboll to be the head coach? I mean, because to me it wasn't even once Joe Shane was the GM.
Once Joe
I pretty
Shane got the
much
job, I knew
I was a
Brian Daboll
foregone
was gonna get the
conclusion.
job.
That's how you know it's a
Exactly.
setup.
It's
You
like
know what I'm saying? They're look, you gotta be in lockstep. I agree, but you gotta have some type of this distinction. You know what I'm saying? Between GM and coach. These
You know what
motherfuckers
he
is
needs
one and
to
the
do?
same, and they both going down with the fucking ship, in my opinion.
You know what he needs to do, man? He needs to hire a GM that does not have any connections to anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Don't hire a GM that his offensive coordinator wants the head coach job and they're really tight friends and all that, because it's gonna be the same thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was nepotism to its finest. Nigga, you need to hire a GM that's like, I want to get the job done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we do need a president of football operations. We need somebody to come in to be like, look, go sit down. I got
Right.
this. Like how Tom Coughlin was. Who hired Tom Coughlin? It was Ernie Accorsi, I
Ernie
believe,
Accorsi.
hired him.
Yeah.
After they got rid of Jim Fossil,
Mm-hmm.
Ernie Accorsi did his due diligence and hired Tom Coughlin. Somebody from the Jaguars. He didn't have too many ties with the New York Giants. And when he did have ties with the New York Giants, he was under real head coaches. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not doing their due diligence. At least with the other Brian Flores, you know what Flores is about. He's proven it. He's gonna have a very good defense, and the offense. You're gonna have to make sure that he hires a really good offensive
and
coordinator.
please get me a defensive coach, from the defensive side. If you're gonna go that route, at least bring in somebody from the defensive side of the ball. You know why? Because I don't want to waste this defense. We don't really have shit on offense any fucking way.
And what
Right.
are you saying that a
Offense
head
is gonna
coach
get
with a defensive
completely
mind?
remade. No, I'm talking about I want my head coach to be from the defensive side of the ball, like Pat was saying, like a Brian Flores
Yeah, that's
type,
what I was.
like a
Okay,
Mike
gotcha.
Vrabel type. Yeah, that's what I
Right.
want, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Rex
saying?
Ryan wants nothing to do with the Giants. He wants to go back to the Jets.
Yeah, Rex
And I think
Ryan
that would
wouldn't
actually be a good hire for the Jets. But
Even when I think about
go ahead.
even when I think about the whole marriage between Mara, Shane, and Dable, it's like they not feeding off each other. They don't work good together. Like it don't seem like they cook together. Like even like I want to see a
Right.
head coach that is vocal and that is still my fault. But I want to see a head coach that is vocal and just as active in these rooms when it comes to picking out guys, man. One thing that Hard Knocks showed me was this, like, yo, it was like Dable was just going along for the ride type thing. Like he
Mm-hmm.
wasn't as vocal as what I would have wanted to see, man. It was a Joe Shane show, you know, and it just didn't seem like a good. It didn't seem like a good partnership at all, man.
Sometimes good friends ain't good business partners. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And
That's a
and and
fact.
that
That's
and that's
exactly it.
and that could be the dynamic here. That's a good
Because you can't handle the business because the
Mhm.
friendship gets in the way.
Right.
That's exactly it.
That's why
We need
that's
to
further
hire
reason for them both to go.
we need to
Well,
hire a GM that has a plan that wants to get this team done and knows how to hire a coach who has a vision. What the fuck was
exactly.
Brian Dable's vision, bro?
Exactly.
You cannot tell me what Brian Dable's vision is,
His
bro. And he
vision,
has,
I could tell you what his vision was. Smart, tough, dependable. That's what he sold
man,
us.
listen, bro.
No, that's what he sold us, bro. He sold
Man,
us smart.
I don't even
tough,
want another
dependable.
coach with another slogan. All these slogan motherfuckers, bro. No, man. I want a coach to come in there and literally tells you what the fuck he wants to do. I don't care what it is. Like if I was hired, I literally tell you what the fuck I want to do. I want to play hard-nosed defense, get the motherfucking team off the field, get after the quarterback, and I want to run the ball. That's what I want to do. That's a vision.
So if I knew head coach,
smart. I don't want not one motherfucking coach to come in here with another slogan, bro.
Facts, bro.
If you got a slogan, you are not hired. Oh, we need to be tough, intelligent, and all. Get your stupid ass out of here, man. I don't want to hear that shit.
Judge.
so if I knew coach,
Yeah.
if I knew coach is in the press conference and he sits there and he's like, "Listen, I need star." I need everybody to stop, think, act, and review. If they start off like that, I'm already gonna know.
Nigga, it's
Okay,
already over, nigga. It's already over.
Yo,
You
real
trying to
shit.
build shit with a slogan? That's the dumb shit.
A salesman, bro. Like you said in the chat, a fucking
smart, tough,
salesman.
dependable, nigga. That's what
He
you
sold
looking
you
for
some shit,
automatically,
bro.
nigga. Tell me
Yeah,
your vision.
That
Tell
shit
me
sound
your
good, don't it,
vision.
man? Yo, Shane, yo, that shit smart, tough, dependable. You got it with that one, Brian. They bit that shit sound good, boy. That's slick. Yeah.
Nigga, that shit don't mean shit. I'm looking for smart, tough, dependable
He don't got
motherfucker.
no clue how to get there. He don't got no clue
Yeah,
how to get.
how
Smart
you gonna get
players,
there?
players is dumb as hell. They soft as shit, and they ain't
Yeah.
dependable.
Yo,
That's that
did Joe
Joe
Judge
Judge
do some
shit,
shit like
dog. I'm
that
trying
though?
to tell you. That's Joe Judge press conference. That's exactly how the shit he was talking, dog. That's what he was
Facts.
saying. All that same shit. And the squad was complete opposite of everything he was saying, bro. Everything.
Because you have hey,
I want
listen,
smart
fellas.
players. I want.
Yeah,
Listen,
he
fellas.
showed me with that
Listen.
bullshit too.
Listen. I don't give a fuck what organization you going to or whatever. If you're a leader, a slogan don't mean shit, bro. If you ain't got no vision with it, nigga, what's the vision?
Right.
Nah, fact.
Nigga, there was no
Joe Judge
vision.
had
There
no
was,
vision.
you know who had a vision? Motherfucking Kafka.
Shit.
He said, okay, Daniel Jones. Let's just say he said, okay, Daniel Jones is limited. I'm going to create this offense to where we run the ball heavily and we go off the play action at RPO because I know this kid can run. You know what I'm saying? That's a vision. Nobody in this chat, I ask you, what's the vision? All the thing you can say about Brian Dable is he need his quarterback. That's some bullshit.
That's it, yo. That's what I'm saying, yo. That's it.
That's
yo.
the only thing you
once
can
he
say.
get that quarterback, he gonna cook, man.
What's the vision?
That's like me saying, yo, once I get $1 million, man, watch what I do, bro. Y'all just be patient. I got you, TP. You're gonna be set, Pat. You're gonna be set, Mac. You're gonna be set, Lou, the whole Big Boo crew. Just wait till I get my $1 million, bro. Y'all just wait. Just stick with me.
Yo,
When
but
I get this
NYG, how
million,
you
bro,
gonna get the $1 million though?
I'm gonna get it, man. I'm gonna get it. We're gonna hit the lottery, bro. That's how we're gonna get it. Because that's what he's telling you pretty much. You're gonna hit the lottery. You're gonna draft the quarterback, swing it a 50-50 shot pretty fucking much. And we gonna hit. And once we hit this lotto, bro, we good, bro. That's
You
my
want to know
plan.
another thing people ain't noticed? Everybody's saying,
bro.
oh, wait till Brian Dable gets
Brian
his
Dable's
quarterback. Everybody keeps saying, wait till Brian Dable gets his quarterback. What the fuck type quarterback does Brian Dable want? You don't even know. You don't even know. He hasn't even told people what he wants his quarterback to be.
Yeah, they just trying to put him with any quarterback. Hey, give him JJ McCarthy. Nah, give him Penix. Nah, give him Caleb Williams. Nah, give him Jaden Daniels. Nah, give him Drake.
And
May.
you want to
Nah,
know
give him
why?
Terrell Sanders.
You want to know why? You want to know why? Because the motherfucker has no vision. Because if that nigga had a vision, you wouldn't know what type of quarterback he would need. That's why you keep throwing out random quarterbacks. That's a fact. He has no vision. You don't know what type of quarterback he needs for his system because you don't know what the fuck his system is. That's legit. When you really think about the shit, when you start thinking past go, you don't know what type of quarterback he needs because you don't know his system. You don't know his system because you don't know his vision. You don't know his vision because the motherfucker doesn't have one.
Hey, Pat, real quick, I want to address this comment that I see in the chat. My man, Ida Rondo says it's FIFA Farmer slogan. That's something that I be chanting out, right? But yeah, it's a slogan, but I got a vision for this fan base though.
Yeah, right. Facts. You see the vision. He here with the Big Blue crew, baby.
Yeah,
you already know what it is.
Listen
Stop
to this,
playing.
brothers. Listen to this. If you talk to each one of these dudes on this panel, we at least got a vision of what we want the Giants to be. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Only thing you motherfuckers can talk about is I want to score 30 points and I want an outstanding quarterback. That's the only thing motherfuckers talk about. You have no vision for the team. You have no goal for the team. All you believe is if I have a great quarterback, everything will be fine. That's some bullshit. Because if it was like that, Andrew Luck would be one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. That's a fact. That's how good he was. He was on a team that didn't have no vision, no offensive line, no weapons, and he still was getting them boys to the playoffs. But guess what? His talent was fucking wasted. He had to retire early because the team had nothing around him. He was getting beat up.
Yeah. I was just messing with you, Rondo. I see you. I was just messing with you.
Rondo
You
said his vision
know
is
the
to have
last
more
time?
slots than a casino.
Right. You want to know the last time we scored 30 points? Guess who was the quarterback? Daniel Jones. Each time the last 3 years we scored 30 points, Daniel Jones was the quarterback. That's a fact.
Yo, man. To me, man.
You don't think, listen, you don't think Daniel Jones could read a defense? You out your fucking mind. Because the way this offense is being ran, if he couldn't read the defense, he would throw a pick every other pass.
So let's talk about that. That's a good segue into my next question. Since we on the Daniel Jones subject. Which team, now that he's a free agent, you ain't got to worry about the Giants no more. Giants fans, well, they'll still worry about him, but he ain't on the team no more.
This is all they talk about.
Right. You know, we know how it is. But fact of the matter is, which team would Daniel Jones be the most, not which team you think he's going to go to, or which team you know you want to see him on, which team would he have the most success on? The most
I'll go first.
success.
I'll go first. The Minnesota Vikings. You want to know why? You want to know why? It's because the way they run their offense, they get people wide open in the middle of the field. All day. There's no super duper type offense and type scheme. No, they run the ball, they run off the play action, and they get the ball to Justin Jefferson and Addison on quick comebacks, deep digs, inside routes, and post. And Daniel Jones can run the ball with them. I do believe he will be best with the Vikings. That's a fact.
I like that.
But go ahead.
Okay. TP.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I thought I had a good one until I heard Pat. And I like the Vikings, but I'm gonna go with. I hate to say this, man, but I'm gonna go with Dallas. I'm gonna go with Dallas. I think that you put a better. Well, you add a better wide receiver too, or a healthy wide receiver too, and you get that run game established. I think he could do some things with Dallas, man. I think that they have a simple system there that if he learns the offense and he's put in a position, he's coached up right, I think he can do a lot of damage over there. So I'm gonna go with Dallas.
There's some good ones in the chat.
Let me answer this too, because people just talk and they don't really know what's going on, Mr. Kevin Doncic. Yes, Kevin O'Connell does his thing with the passing game, but it's a simple game. It's simple. And the reason why it's simple is because it works, is because they always had a great receiver over there, and it's Stephon Diggs, or when they transition to Justin Jefferson. When they line up Justin Jefferson and them, I want you to look. There's nothing really complex about those routes they're running. They get a good run game, and they use Justin Jefferson in the slot. Same thing with the Cowboys. Same thing. You want Daniel Jones on a team that he doesn't have to throw with super anticipation almost on every throw. That's why he will be absolutely horrible with the Dolphins. All those passes are anticipation. His anticipation is not that great, but you don't have to have great anticipation when the motherfucker is wide open. That's the difference. Yep. Same fucking thing with the Lions. He doesn't have to make great anticipation throws almost every time. He doesn't. Those motherfuckers are wide open. And guess who's another monster? Amon-Ra St. Brown. Where does he play mostly? In the slot. Same thing with the Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb in the slot. You get them open. Quick slants. Come on, man. You talking to somebody that really studies the game. I love this shit. Why you think he did so well in 2022? Was he throwing mad anticipation passes in 2022? Fuck no. He was throwing it to wide open fucking Richie James because he was scheming that shit. And wide open Diggs going across the screen with Slayton. He was scheming that shit off the play action. with wide open tight ends off the play action because you're worried about the run with Saquon Barkley. When we line up 2 tight ends, you roll them out. One tight end goes to the post, one tight end goes to the flat. Easy. Get the ball to him. RPO. All fake it to the running back when you see the slant getting wide open because that linebacker pulls down. Simple but effective.
Some good ones in the chat. I see.
Yeah.
Colts, 49ers. Somebody said the Eagles. Man, that'd be a kick in the balls. Pause.
I like the 49ers too. I like the 49ers.
Yeah, Broncos. I
mean,
see Lions even.
he was.
Steelers.
You could put that motherfucker on. You could put him on the Eagles, though. You really could. I mean, look at that. I mean, back with his boy Saquon.
You could put him on the Eagles.
You got a line that he can trust. You got a line that he can trust. You got weapons all over the place. I mean, throw the ball to. I mean, you got two number 1 wide receivers. You got a top tight end. I mean, you're gonna be getting him out the pocket. You ain't gonna have him sitting there back there like a sitting duck. You're gonna be utilizing his skill set. That offense would utilize Daniel Jones' skill set. I mean, he's not. I'm not gonna say he's gonna do it exactly like Jalen Hurts, but he'll be a compliment, the same similar type of compliment to that offense, in the same
Kenny
kind of
Pickett,
way, man.
Rando.
So if you put him on a
Kenny
squad
Pickett.
like that, I think that could be crazy too, man. Like you said, that will be a kick in the nuts too if he ended up in Philly. Absolutely would.
I'm gonna go with, to me, for Daniel Jones's sake, his career, somebody's got a proven track record. I go with the Rams. I put him on the Rams. I put him over there with McVay. I let him sit behind Stafford for a year. You know what I'm saying? Stafford retires. Now you got Daniel Jones to step in if you want to go that route, or maybe Daniel Jones can be a bridge for your rookie if you draft one. You know what I'm saying? And he is going to thrive in the offense because, like Pat said, them dudes get open. They be butterball naked out there, bro. I watch Rams games, man. That offense is dope, man. That offense can score, and Sean McVay has proven he did it with Baker Mayfield. You know, and he got Stafford to a Super Bowl and won a Super Bowl. So, you know, when everybody thought Stafford was dead, Detroit. That dude's the truth, man. For real, man. If I'm Daniel Jones, I'm asking the Rams if I can come play for y'all, bro. Like, get me back on track, dude. Like, bro, I need you, man.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
You know what I'm saying? Because the coach is in place and they're gonna be patient with him. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Mac.
That's what he does need, though. He need to go somewhere where he can just sit behind a good established quarterback for a few years, and just he just got to process the game, and just kind of get his confidence back. Because I think, like my man put up in the chat, he's shell shocked, man. Honestly, he done been through a lot for what it's worth in his 6 years. He done got beat up. I mean, he done got a broken neck playing for football for this team. So. Yeah, I think he needs to be able to just kind of sit. He needed to just take it down for a couple of years and just be out there learning and kind of just sit out there and learn the game from somebody, from a good vet, and maybe he can have like that little Geno Smith type of, comeback in his career, man. Get out there, get an opportunity to start for somebody again, and maybe prove that he was worth a first-round pick. But yeah, he just. Yeah, he needs to.
Man, even when y'all ask the question, like I can't help but to think the pressure that our next quarterback may have, stepping in under center next. Like
people are going to expect an immediate winner. They're going to expect an immediate winner. just come in and just be like.
Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about this. The net. We didn't got it to Daniel Jones and where he might end up. Now, there's a vacancy in New York, with the Giants at the quarterback position. Nobody believes Tommy DeVito is the future. So let's cut the crap there. The Giants are gonna draft a quarterback. They're gonna have to. But who? And do you trust Brian Daboll and these guys to obviously we don't. So now you got to think about a type of coach, type of system, what the dynamics is going to be. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me throw something out here. Um, and G Nation Lou is not on the panel tonight, but this is something that he has been saying. Um, and he has been shouting out for a while. And now, strangely enough, it may be an opportunity. Um, Pat Shermer is the offensive coordinator of the Colorado Buffaloes. If Deion Sanders would allow, as Pat say, would allow his son, which I don't think it matters. I think Shador wants to come to New York. To be honest with you, we talked about it the other night. If Shador comes to the Giants and Deion Sanders says, "Look, I don't want to coach New York. I don't want to be a part of the Giants. I want to stay here in Colorado," which I think he's gonna do. But what about Pat? What about Pat Shermer to develop Shador Sanders like he was starting to do with Daniel Jones? But then he might have to mend some fences with the organization because I don't know how that situation was kind of funky when he got fired. But what about that as even if he wasn't to come here as the head coach or just be a OC, because that's
Okay.
still a promotion
Yeah, that's a
for
lot. That's a lot better.
from college, and just for the sole fact of developing Shador Sanders. Now they will have to figure out the head coaching dynamic and who's going to be the head coach. I don't think it would be Dion, but I think that's a better
No, he would
shot
not.
to get.
That
Yeah, I think that's a
definitely
better.
wouldn't happen.
I think it's a better shot to get Pat Shermer and Shador here than you know what I'm saying, the whole family shit. But what y'all think about that right there?
It would be dope, but that would never happen, bro. That's never Pat Shermer. Only way Pat Shermer comes back to the New York Giants is if Deion Sanders is the head coach. That's the only way, and that's never gonna. That's
But
never gonna happen
what
without
if
Deion
Dion
Sanders.
what if Dion says this? Listen, hear me out. What if Dion is like, look, you know, I want stability for my son. I want somebody I know is gonna be able to develop my son, gonna be able to, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if he's saying that to Pat Shermer? Like, hey Pat, if you get a shot, see if you can get to New York with Shador.
Yeah.
It's never gonna happen because Shermer will never be here again. He was already a head coach here. He was fired. You're never going back to a team that you're fired from being a head coach to be the offensive coordinator. That's never going to happen. The only way it's going to happen is if Deion Sanders is the head coach. That's it. That's the only way it happens.
Well, can I
It,
ask
Mm,
you?
I don't
Can
know.
I ask you this? Um, do y'all think do y'all not trust the fact that when Deion Sanders says that he doesn't want to coach in the NFL, y'all don't believe that, or do y'all still
I,
feel like,
I, I don't think he wants to coach in the NFL. For real, for
oh,
real.
okay,
I think it would have to be like
uh,
a perfect situation for him.
what's
You know
going
what I
on,
mean?
too, though?
It would have to be like a perfect situation for him. Or he would have to get run out of college like Jim Harbaugh.
I'm telling you,
okay,
the perfect situation for him will either be the perfect situation would be him to be the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys and he brings his son. Now, if John Mara wanted Shador Sanders here that bad, he will offer Deion Sanders the head coach position. That's the only way Pat Shermer will be in New York Giants building again, is if he's the offensive coordinator to Deion Sanders. That's a fact. But I think Pat Shermer will get a head coaching opportunity with a college team after this year if Deion Sanders decides to leave.
yeah,
So it's just it's a cool idea, but it's just not feasible,
Hmm.
bro. It's never gonna happen unless Deion
I don't
Sanders comes here as the head coach. It's the only way Pat Shermer's ever in the building again.
That ain't happening.
well,
You
NYG,
know
to
that's
your
not
point
happening.
though,
So
I do think that Shador may need a familiar face. Cause think about it, yo,
that's what I'm
he
trying to
hasn't
tell
been
you,
away
man.
from his pops. He hasn't been away from his pops as a head coach,
Nope.
like none of his career. And I'm talking about like from a little boy up to his collegiate career. So I do understand what you're saying. I think that he does need a familiar face around him or something along the lines like bringing somebody with him because I think it would be interesting to see him like adjust from going from having his pops and certain coaches around him
Hmm.
than going to the NFL and having nobody. I just
Yeah,
that's an
right.
adjustment
In New York.
in
That's
New
what I'm
York.
saying. You know what I mean? I think that's something that if the right coach was hired, you know what I mean? Or maybe I don't know, somebody was saying they got a connection with Brandon Brown or something. I don't know, but they will have to figure out that dynamic, But if Pat Shermer would come here 1 year as a OC with the Giants with Shador Sanders, and Malik Neighbors and whoever else they bring in here, and put up some points and make this Giants offense look good again in New York, you know, that propelled him to another head coaching opportunity, probably.
Yeah, and you got to have somebody that is gonna know how Shador works, and I think that's where Dion comes into play. Not necessarily as a coach, but whoever is working side by side with Shador, I definitely think that Dion is gonna be in that coach's ear to where they're gonna have to build a relationship to where
Mhm,
they could feed off each other.
mhm.
And so if you have a GM or anybody who's not gonna allow that, then yeah, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. And that's why I kind of, the Dallas thing. I hear people bring that up, but I'm just not sure if even
It
that
ain't
would be
gonna
a good marriage
He's not
because
going to Dallas.
you got Jerry Jones who
Mhm.
loves to be the captain of the ship, and if you outshining him in any way, it's gonna be a problem. And
Yeah.
Prime damn sure will
What's good,
outshine him.
Tudo? I salute. I see you in the chat, mate.
What's up, Tudo?
Rondo.
I, I
But
I just think that's never gonna happen. To be honest with you, if Shane and Dable are still here, you could count Shador Sanders out. I'm just gonna be
I
honest with
don't I don't think they're gonna be here. And if they're not here, which I'm counting on, I'm just putting that out there in the world because I need that to happen because this is ridiculous. You cannot move forward with these cats. They're too then they're too slick, too conniving, too you know what I'm saying? They liars, they tricksters. I don't like people like that. You know what I'm saying? Snake salesman. So I'm saying that
Yeah,
if they
we'll have to
move on
see,
from
man. I
them
think
cats, man, I think that there's a good possibility Shador Sanders ends up. I think to me, to be honest with you, this unpopular opinion. Um, I think the Giants need this to happen. At least the Shador Sanders part. You know, Dion and Shermer. I'm throwing shit out there for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I think that's long shots too. You know what I mean? But they need the Shador Sanders part, and I think that's for several reasons. It's because this team and this city and this fan base needs some juice. They need some energy. They need some excitement. You know what I'm saying? They definitely need a quarterback that's good, that has shown and been productive in college. You know what I'm saying? They need star power. You know what I'm saying? The X's and O's. Me, Pat, Mac, TP. We can break that shit down all day and every day. But a lot of fans don't understand the X's and O's. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah,
just see the players on the field that play good and that are out there on the highlights. And that just is the reality of things. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. Not everybody's that dug into football. So for the Giants as a business, as an organization, you need to sell them something. You can't sell us on Mr. Smart, tough, dependable no more. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And this is one thing about this fan base that I'm seeing right here, right now. Now that Daniel Jones actually is gone, the focus is on Dable and Shane now. These
yep.
guys are on the burner right now. I mean, it's flaming hot. So unless they go
hell
down
yeah.
here and win, 5 games down the stretch and just look amazing offensively, I don't see how you bring these guys back, honestly, to sell your fan base. And if Pat Sand is right, which if I'm Sador Sanders, I don't want to come to New York with Brian Daboll's coach. You know what I'm saying? Joe Shane's the GM. But if the Giants have the number 1 pick, you can't don't tell me you're gonna pass on Sador Sanders just because he don't want to come play for Brian Daboll. You see what
Yeah,
I'm saying? The
yeah,
Giants, I promise y'all this, man. I'm in tune with shit like this. The Giants need this shit. And it's not because, I think Sador is good. I think Cam Ward is also a good quarterback. There are other good quarterbacks, but there ain't a Sanders. There ain't a Deion Sanders' son. You know what I'm saying? Like they got Archie Manning's son. Go get
yeah,
Deion Sanders' son.
yeah,
Let's get it.
yeah.
That's who I'm selling right now as the next quarterback for the New York Giants. Sador
I'm
Sanders.
I'm
I'm
gonna tell
putting
you
that
this
out there
though.
now.
I'm gonna tell you this. Pat kind of sold me on the Milrow thing. Now I don't think that we can have Milrow and Coach Dable. I think that's not gonna work. But you put the right guy in here that knows what to do with him. I'm liking Milrow more and more. He's a sleeper to me.
Yeah, I don't mind Milrow. Um, there's always the dynamic of how some of these guys would handle New York. To me, you guys, look, to me, I feel like, and this is unpopular opinion. This is my opinion. These points and views are not shared with others on the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. This is NYG22 talking. I feel like that Sador Sanders is kind of like I don't think Deion Sanders is gonna let nobody fuck up his son, his career. Like I think there's a high probability that he's at least decent mid-pack quarterback in the
Yeah.
league, bro. Just because of his pedigree, his skill set, and who his dad is, and you know what I'm saying. His dad is going to push him, I think, and want to set him up for the best success. You know what I mean? So to me, yeah, I could get with other quarterbacks, but then you got to tell me, who's coaching them and what system you're gonna run and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
I'm saying for New York, for the New York Giants, the Giants they need this, bro.
Oh,
You know
I'm
what I'm
with you for
saying? You
sure.
could
I
you can
definitely.
you can you can sell the fans on Milrow and sell them on the system, and you bring in a goofy offensive coordinator. Yeah, I'm gonna run this system like Brian Dable. Fuck all that, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm tired of these dudes, bro, with these systems and bullshit, man. Like, oh man, go get a quarterback, bro, that can play quarterback. We know this dude can play quarterback,
Yeah, see
bro.
the player. See the
Right.
player.
Yeah. No,
No
I'm
doubt.
Hell
with
with the
you.
I'm,
I
I'm gonna
I
say I'm gonna say this, man.
I
If you
definitely
get
got
Mil,
Shador Swan.
yeah, if you get a Milrow, you're gonna have to run a similar system similar to what the Ravens do. I think that's the best type system you can run for Milrow, to where his legs are always worried about. But you know the thing that people don't notice about that 22 season compared to these last seasons? The team played faster. When you look at Daniel Jones in that 2022 season, he played fast. And what I mean by fast is like everything was with a purpose. It was a fact. When you look at that team in 2022, everything was done with a purpose and it was a sense of urgency. After 2022, everybody looks sluggish as shit. The offense looks slow. The offense looks super sluggish. And it's like there's no sense of urgency with this team at all. The defense has always had a sense of urgency, but they just fall off after the offense just continues to give the other offense the ball back. 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, all the bullshit. But in 2022, that team played with a sense of urgency. That's a fact. When you look at Daniel Jones in 2022, that was a different dude. That dude was fast. He was making quick decisions. He was throwing the ball in the middle of the field. They was doing the play action. They was doing the RPO. The dude looked like he was playing fast. It looked like he was really getting it. Like, okay, cool. Why in the fuck would you not build off that? If you just if you were really about this team winning like that, why the fuck would you not build off that? Because I promise you, if they would have got some weapons and ran that same system, it would have been absolutely dangerous. It would have been absolutely dangerous. They didn't give a fuck about DJ after that season. Because you want to know why? Because he wanted to be the Dabo show. His ego took over.
Mm-hmm.
He literally switched the whole system again. Switched the whole system again on that kid. And now
He
he's
averaged 21 points a game that year. The past 2 years, they've averaged exactly 15.6 points per game. Exactly. 2023 and this year currently.
Do you know we averaged 21 points per game with Richie James as the top receiver and Slayton? With the worst quarterback in the league, the worst offensive line in the league, the worst weapons in the league, they still averaged 21 points. What happened to Bellinger? Why was Bellinger just pushed to the you see what I'm saying? Stupid shit.
So
Hodges is not the greatest dude ever, but Hodges in the red zone was money. Why is he not in the red zone anymore? Make it make sense.
Brian Day was literally worse than Joe Judge, bro. Joe Judge Joe Judge's last year, the Giants averaged 22.3 points per 17.5 points per game. And then they averaged 17.5 points per game the first year and then the last year too.
So in the 2 years Brian Dabo has been calling plays, he's averaged less
points than
what a Joe Judge coach team
Joe Judge teams in the 2 years. Yeah.
With way less talent.
Yep.
Well, he has way more talent than what Joe Judge had. That's a fact.
15 points and then 22 points. Or 17 points. So yeah. That's averaging out higher than Brian Daboll's 15.6 that he's been putting up the past couple years.
That's absolutely crazy to me, bro.
But
that's absolutely crazy. An offensive guru and QB whisperer is averaging less points per game than a Joe Judge-led team with Garrett as the offensive coordinator.
And I'm gonna tell you
less talent.
I'm gonna tell you what. Looking at this Pat Shurmur year, I mean, they averaged 21 a game, but their defense was giving up 28 points per game, bro. And that was 35 to 32. Brian Daboll is getting a decent defense, bro. He's been getting mid-pack defenses. You know what I'm saying? This year they're 16th. You know what I'm saying? And last year they were 26th, but they were only giving up 23.9 points per game. And then in the playoff year, they were 17th. So he's had a mid-pack defense in all 3 of his seasons, but he can't score. And Pat Shurmur and them was scoring more points with a worse defense, a bottom of the league defense. So, just saying.
Facts.
I'm just saying. Facts. Nobody can argue with me about this Brian Daboll situation, bro. This dude is god awful, to be honest with you.
And one of the main reasons why I know this dude is not a leader of men, your offense is literally one of the worst in the league. Why are you attacking your defensive coordinator? Leads
Both
the
of
league in
them.
sacks. Yeah, leads the league in sacks. Your other defensive coordinator was averaging 3 to 4 turnovers a game for you to win games, and you're attacking them like they're the problem. No, motherfucker. What are they supposed to do? Hold people to 3 points a game?
That's oh my god, bro. I'm
What's
trying to
going
tell
on,
you,
Rob
bro.
Zero?
Rob Z in the building. What's good? Says we are free. Yeah, well, are we? We're free of
Right.
one of the problems.
We damn sure not free.
Shit, we ain't out the woods yet,
We
Rob.
damn sure not free.
This shit serious right here. What this dude doing right now, bro?
But
Yeah.
I'm happy that fans don't think that though, man. I'm happy. I just I don't want y'all to be I don't want y'all to find out the hard way. I'm trying to give it to y'all so y'all could, know what to, expect. But I don't want y'all to keep seeing the BS,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he understands. He says we need Shane and Dable going next.
Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
he understands.
He joined the show. Salute to Rob. He joined the show. The debate show. Wednesday. It was a dope show, man. And it was a good stream. And salute to him. But yeah, we hashed it all out, man. But yeah, Dable and Shane need to go too, man. And I was debating for Joe Shane. But I'm not gonna do that no more. This is a mess, bro. Like I
Yeah, the
said,
one the one
yeah.
that I really need out
I
of
fall
here
when
is
I'm
Dable.
wrong. I'll fall back. You know what I'm saying? I can't co-sign that dude no more, bro. He gotta
Right.
go.
I feel it.
Hell to the no.
But look, fellas, I need to go ahead and get on out of here and actually do some work,
Yeah, I
man.
gotta actually get to bed myself, man. I've been
That's a
um
fact. I
I
need
was
to
like,
get
say
some sleep
ditto,
too.
brother. It's been a long day.
It's
Been
been
a
a
yeah,
long
long
day.
day indeed.
it's been a
Thank
long
you.
week, man.
Right.
Yo, it's
Thank
been
you
Hell
for
yeah.
Thank you for everybody that tuned in, a consistent 100 in the chat, everybody that was watching on Twitter and looking at the Big Blue Crew Sports Network, as well as Big Pat Sports Talk and Unpopular Opinion Sports channels. Thank all you guys thank all you guys for tuning in. Go like and subscribe to each one of these great content creators channels, and go follow us on Twitter, Big Blue Crew Sports Network, and follow me on Twitter if you're looking at Twitter. Hit that follow button, man. I do appreciate all you guys, man. And people just need to start thinking past go, man. I'm just gonna tell you that. You can't sit here and tell me all this coach needs is a quarterback, but you don't know what type of quarterback he needs or the type of system that you don't know what the system is, for vision that you don't know what his vision is. Like he has nothing. All he has is smart, tough, dependable, a slogan, and say, I need a quarterback. That's it. I need a quarterback, and we need to be smart, tough,
Sunday
and
gonna be
dependable.
telling.
He hasn't told you how you gonna get to that level. He hasn't mentioned what type of quarterback he needs for his system. This dude ain't even mentioned what his system goal is to do. Oh, we want to do explosive plays. Well, the average moron can tell you that. I want explosive plays.
I'm just curious to see the game plan on Sunday. I'm curious to see the offensive game plan on Sunday. I'm just curious.
And we will talk about that
know.
Sunday or Giants conversation, man. We're gonna get into the pregame Sunday morning Giants convo. We'll get a little bit into the actual football part of this, and see what the New York Giants put out there on the field Sunday, man. But it's gonna be interesting, like you said, Mac.
Like I don't get this shit, bro. But man, I appreciate everybody tuning in, man.
Yup.
Thank you guys for tuning into this
Absolutely.
special podcast, man. But
Appreciate y'all.
until
Everybody
the
in
next
the
time,
chat, appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Sub up to the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. Sub up to all these content creators on the panel, and share this out, man. Share this content out, man. On Twitter, on Facebook. on Instagram, wherever else social media platforms that you are a part of. But that being said, let's get out of here, man.
All right. And Daniel Jones, welcome to the gulag, brother. It's about time.
Looks like we got another one! On the ground! This is the Gulag. In here, you fight to win back your life. Gates! Let's go!
This has been a Big Blue Crew Sports Network production.